crooked smile. She longed to be loved ever since a child. Never thought she could actually have true love, because the word love means something different now. And in her mind she knows that. Her conscience being backed into a corner as it wrestles with the confusion, trying to figure out exactly what happened to her. Continuous heartbreak and disappointment froze her heart 1,000 times over, slowly becoming more detached from any and everybody that would come in contact with her. Dealing with guys that would only want one thing: his mind on sex, her mind on a ring. She thought he was a man, she thought he was a king, but they all had other plans. Guy after guy further breaking her spirit, feeling as if the world came crashing down on her each and every time, reliving the soul-crushing reality that maybe nobody would ever love her. Constantly being sucked into the games that they would play, when all she wanted was to ease her pain. So before you ask her why she's so cold, or before you attempt to call her out of her name, ask yourself, what's her story? And on a scale from bad to worse, how bad is her pain? As I gaze upon the surface of the cutthroat reality of my past, I've noticed that my trials and my tribulations are all getting the upper hand in this battle. And as I stare into this mirror that bears reflections of my life lived long ago, I realize now that I had no idea what I'd have to go through, and exactly how much I'd have to grow too. I didn't realize that I would have to use my real eyes to see through these real lies that took aim at the pain in my heart, and it still cries. But can I still rise? And still I lay here in this deep, dark pit, and all the memories of my past days stays lit in the back of my mind, where I fell at the hands of my enemies. But I assure you, this is not where I would claim my rest. I would give my absolute very best until the day that I die. Why? Because I am not finished yet. And as of this very moment, you need to realize that what doesn't kill you will strengthen your ability to rise up and reignite the revival of you. The laughter of your enemies at times can project louder than your will to succeed. The pain in your heart to know that this is where you've fallen. And as the sweet taste of victory deliberately detaches itself from you, the bitterness of defeat better describes your feelings towards this mountain. Beaten and bruised from your head to your feet, but you will not die until you bring honor to your name. The war isn't over. No, the fight isn't done. Don't get too comfortable. The battle has just begun. That is what comes to mind as I lay here, versus every thought in my mind telling me to stay here. But stay here? No. No, these powerful thoughts baptize me in their presence as I fight to get out of this rut. But you know what? What's life without a little fight? A little scratching and clawing, a little bloodshed. You may even feel like you deserve it, but when you get to the very end, it'll all be worth it. So to all your enemies, and to all the skeletons of your past trying to re-emerge, your setback may have amused them, but your comeback is gonna confuse them. Ebony, did you lie to him since you were 17? How's he holding up, Ebony? Did you cling to him like you would on to me? Bet he needs you more than I ever need. Did you hide your neck to save him from his sleep? I know how that feels, Ebony. Every chance you take, you make me want to flee. Can't you see? As I succumb to my slumber, I can't help but wonder what kind of spells these velvet dreams place me under. As I slowly begin to drift away from my reality, inching closer to unconsciousness, I'm placed under a trance. As my mind begins to dance along with this thing, I struggle to make sense of it all. Every night ever since I could remember, it always gets the upper hand, constantly laughing and mocking my lack of understanding. Again, I fall asleep. I know sometimes I let my feelings get the best of me, and I hope that wouldn't cause you to ever think any less of me. I'm sorry. I didn't have a lot of love growing up, so my love is times 10. You're my treasure, and I told you that I would cherish you for life. I know I gotta do better with loving you, girl, but I can't do that if you don't help me. Besides, every time you walk out that door, you always come back. So we might as well just patch things up. Again. Very forward of me to say, but it's true. And you know it. Yeah, I made you cry. I've made you question our relationship. Hell, I've even made you question yourself. But I mean, you've made me cry too. The amount of tears that I shed because of you is just... Never mind. I don't know what you want me to say. You've seen all the progress I can make when I actually try, so what's the issue? I knew the moment that I met you, I wanted to make you my wife. And I still do. But you gotta work on you before you can love on me. I just want the woman I fell in love with back. I need you to transform into her again. It'll make things so much easier. And when I say easier, I mean easier for the relationship, easier for you, and easier for me. I don't know why you have to always make things so hard for us. If you weren't always in my ear about God knows what, maybe I could love you effectively. You know what, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I know I say that a lot, but sometimes I let my emotions take control. You know this. I told you this in the beginning, so you can't be mad. How did we get here? I remember when all we would do was laugh. The late night talks, the hugs, the kisses. The romance withered down to petty arguments, fights, and toxic environments. I just want us to be okay. Now come inside. Baby, come on. Come in the house.
No. What do you mean come inside? Come into what house? You know, it's so hard to believe you're the one I've been so soft with all this time. So much of myself lost in the tracks. We found all these lies. Look, I feel more cursed with every fight I'm allowed to get away with. All these lines, you bless me. Do you just get off of all these cars? Your tongue whips out onto my image. My mind cannot even recall all your do better promises. It doesn't matter, they're all just broken lines now. I guess I'm so full of things to say. If only I was half empty, maybe I could now meet you halfway. But I'm not, so I can't. See, I'm tired of how you take pain and make it into a getaway. You told me this in the beginning, so I can't be mad. Like, what? You look into my eyes and see all this fire. Does it really surprise you that I burn? I hate to say this. I hate to admit it. But we're done. And this time I mean it. No way I'd regret it because I tried. I listened, I gave, I cried. But we were long done. What hurts now is the ghost limb from what we had. That was long cut off from those long nights of arguments and short sorry days. No change. Though I believed leaving is for the better. Though I too fought to keep this, fought so hard. I lost, and I'm glad the better won. Yes.
4 months later, I still think about you every day. Oh, what I wouldn't do to make you mine again in every single way. But you moved on. It's all my fault, really. And with each and every day that passes, the more my heart wants to rip out of my chest and find its way to you again. I'm hurting. And I have only myself to blame, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't still get butterflies when I thought about you. Sometimes I just wish that you would call me. I wonder if you still think about me. Because of all the bad times, we really had a lot of good ones too. Sometimes I think that maybe if I would have done this or done that, then maybe things would have turned out differently. And maybe so. But either way, I'm grateful that you were a part of my growing process and a huge part of my life. So from the bottom of my heart, I wish you the best. And I love you. Hello?
Nightwave.
She gives me fever. The way she walks, the way she talks, the way she carries herself. Her eyes, her hair, her skin, her passion, her pleasure, her swag. She gives me fever. My eyes fell in love with your appearance the moment I first saw you. But deep down I know that that's bullshit because looks will fade. So I wanna give my heart the same fair shake. I don't wanna just be jaded by your structure. I long to be infatuated with your soul. I wanna fall in love with you. She gives me fever. Her words, strung and sewn together like the world's finest cloth. I'm hooked. I know this might sound crazy, but she gives me fever. How she can be shy, but at the same time confidently unbothered is beyond me. Her words are like poetry, perfectly written across the windows of my soul. Her beauty is unmatched. Her vibe is contagious. I think I'm addicted. But here I am stuck between my infatuation with her and the fear of expressing how I feel. Should I say something? Yes. No. Maybe. I don't know. She gives me fever. And I want to know her. In the winter, spring, summer, and fall. When she's happy, sad, and angry. I want to get to know who she is behind the glasses. She gives me fever.